Welcome to WeLearn, Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 28, Life Cycle Rituals 1, Birth and Marriage. Topics which we are going to cover in this session are aspects of ritual, functions of ritual, birth and related rites, marriage rites. Coming towards the first topic, that is the aspect of ritual. The word ritual can only be understood in terms of a background or who is using it. For a clergyman, all ritual take place within a church in keeping with various relation. For a doctor, however, it may refer to some habits of a patient. For Dharkyam rite are the modes of behavior which delineate how a man should conduct himself in the presence of sacred object. Rituals create and maintain or transforms a society's cultural identity and social relations. In attempting to understand ritual, we are trying to discover the rules of grammar and syntax of unknown language. Van Gennep found that these ceremonies, which he called rites of passage, were to be found in all societies. He felt that three types of major phases should be distinguished: separation, transition, and incorporation. Lumen means threshold, and each life crisis or life cycle rituals goes through this feeling of tension or liminality while crossing the threshold. Tension arises at childbirth, marriage, and death because these events call for very careful handling. In death, especially, there is a fear imminent. Functions of rituals. Saraswati has started that ritual is the core component of all religions. The rules of rituals are transmitted either orally or through the written text, and as Saraswati point out, through ritual action flows the well-being not only of the performer but also of the performing society. Ritual also holds the ritual participants through both as a community in the belief and action. Functions of rituals. Ritual also hold the ritual participation together, both as a community in belief and action. It provides a system of meaning to both the social and the cosmetic world. The sharing of ritual experience creates a deeper bond. Religious behavior and ritual is different for secular ritual. Ritual as socialization, as social control, marriage and status, identification, spiritual advancement, non-verbal communication, cultivation of excellence, occupation, way of life. We can take all the consideration as the functions of the rituals. Birth and related rites. Life cycle rite refer more to the cycle of life, birth, marriage, and death. Nevertheless, the ritual itself may not follow such a linear path. A study of a life cycle ritual often begins at conception, goes on through various rituals during the period of pregnancy until childbirth. Hindu birth rite. In his book Hindu Sanskars, Raj Bali Pandey has pointed out the following schemes: prenatal ritual, rituals of childhood, educational rituals, marriage rituals, and the funeral rituals. In our treatment, we will deal with prenatal rituals and some of the rituals of childhood. The first of the prenatal rite is at conception. This is called as Garbhandana. The second prenatal rite was Pamsavana or quickening a male child. The Simantona Yana or hair parting is the third of the prenatal rites. The ceremony of Medu Janana is done first with the forefinger of the right hand. The father, holding an instrument of gold, gave to the child honey and ghee or ghee alone. The substances that the father gave to the child were considered to be the good for mental growth. They also produced beauty, good designation, and talent. Next, we have the Ayushya or rite for ensuring a long life. Namhana is usually, though not always, done on the 10th or 12th day after the birth of the child. Namkarna is a post-liminal rite. It is the rite of incorporation by which the child on the 10th or 12th day acquires a name through a ritual and hence gains an identity. The Chudakarna is the tonsils and is done only after the fifth moment. Fittingly, it is often done in the ceremonies before marriage. After the Kamavedha or ear piercing is done by the 12th month. Syrian Christian birth rite. The first child of the couple is born usually in the mother's house. The daughter does to her parents a few months before delivery. In earlier times, it was customary to bring the pregnant woman to her mother's place with the help of 7 ladies, including the mother. The child is born with the help of married women of the household and the aid of midwife. The birth of a boy gives great joy and a loud whistling sound is made. As soon as the child is born, the exact time is noticed so that the horoscope can be actually cast. Initially, the horoscopes are cast on dried palmyra palm leaf parchment. The writing on the parchment is done by the steel stylus in beautiful letters. The child is also given a few drops of honey to drink in which gold is mixed. After 7 days, the husband's family visit the baby. Care is taken that the party consists of an odd number of people. Sikh rites of birth. The rites of Sikh, too likely those of the Hindus and Syrian Christian, reflect a similar aspect of the rite of passage. The birth of the child, whether boy or girl, is equally welcome. When the mother was recovered, there is a visit to the Gurudwara for giving thanks. A certain amount of cash is given to by Kara Prasad. In village, women prepare the Kara Prasad themselves and take it to the Gurudwara. The Granthi stirs the water with a khanda and describes the first 5 verses of the Japji. The Amrit is put on kirpan and touched on the child's tongue with it. The mother drinks the rest. In a joint family, the baby is born in the husband's home. The wife's parents visit her, bringing gift for her and the mother-in-law and a turban to husband and father-in-law. The Sikh birthright too are rites of incorporation. Besides going to the Gurudwara and visiting the bride's mother and father, there are also rites of social interaction. Sikhism is essentially an open and modern religion. The marital aspects of the religion's surfaces forcefully in Amrit ceremony where patashas are dissolved in water by a short two-edged swords. Korku's birth rites. Korkus are a tribe which live in Vindhala hills. They are spread out in many parts of these hills and number may different grouping of same tribe. Stephen Skunch point out that Korku girl begin menstruating between 11 to 13 year. According to Korku belief, a woman is ritually unclean as long as menstruation lasts. The Korkus believe that a woman becomes pregnant only when a soul enters her womb. Pregnancy is a happy occasion. When pregnant women observe certain rules and taboos, after the birth, the midwife ties the umbilical cord with a cloth and cut it with a knife and bamboo splint. Turmeric is applied on the wound. The concept of population as the child is born and then purification are both clearly a Hindu concept. However, the originality of the tribal view remains. The menstrual period is one of the avoidance of women. Next are the marriage rites. Marriage reflects the social life of a society. Saraswati points out that birth, death, and marriage are considered as predestined in Hindu society. He points that for Hindu, marriage is not a social contact but a religious ritual. Marriage is one of the duties of being householder, that is grihastha. Marriage helps a twice born man of fulfill his religious duties and responsibilities. Saraswati writes that a boy should marry a girl of equal status. Marriage should take place within the caste. There are considered to be 8 forms of marriage: Brahma, Daiva, Arsa, Prajas, Prajapatya, Asura, Gandharva, Rakshasa, and Pyasacha. The first 4 of these methods are prasasta or approved. The last 4 are aprasta or disapproved. Saraswati notes that there are 2 kinds of ritual in Brahmanic marriage, that is Shashtachar and Lokachar. The Shashtachar are performed according to textual canons of the Shastra. The only transmitted ritual are Lokachar or Satriyachar. The Lokachar rites have also to be performed by the women and the villagers. The main points of Shashtachar are that there is use of written text, scriptural authority, and that the male priest pontificates. Mantras area essentially and clarified butter is used. Auspicious time is very important for rites. Women exercise the authority and leads the ceremonies. Next are the marriage rites among Hindus. Rites of marriage which appeared in the Padhatis and Payograntha are now given below. The oral giving away of the bride of the bridegroom, the formal selection of the bride, the nuptial canopy is made, fixing time for the marriage ceremony, fetching earth for growing sprouts a few days before the wedding, putting the turmeric paste, worship of Ganesha, ancestor and goodness workshop. Rites of marriage which appeared in the Pandits and Prayograntha are now given as Worship of wife of India, Sachi. Announcement of ancestor of bride and bridegroom with Gotra and Pavitra. Then there is Kanyadan, the eighth of the virgin. The protection could be tied. The bridegroom's scarf is tied to one end of the bride's sari. Saptapadi follows. This is the rite of 7 steps. Putting vermilion on the party's hair is of bride. In a Padhati quoted by Pandey, the Kanyadan means the gift of the virgin. Only the father is properly entitled to make this gift or someone in his place when the father is not there. A samkalpa is uttered and then the bride is given away formally. Satpadi are given greater prominence in the Panditi occupied by Pandey than the one quoted by Saraswati. In Kamauni marriage of the Hindu, although a Padhati is used, the division of rites of passage is very clear. Marriage is about procreation, and there is a rite which the bride is sprinkled with suras to make her intoxication. In the enta fat ceremony, the mother brother bring her in his lap. When the garland are exchanged, he sit in his mother's brother's lap. The bride and bridegroom sit in the lap of the bridegroom's mother, who feeds the bride and bridegroom sit in the lap of the bridegroom's mother, who feeds them banana and milk. While doing so, the Mangal Sutra is tied around her neck. Now, in Christians, what are the marriage rites? In the past, child marriage was widely practiced in Kerala. Nowadays, marriages takes place after maturity. The initiative in negotiating a marriage usually rests on the bride's family. When the appropriate choice has been made, according to the girl's side, a response representatives of the boy's family is sent to settle the marriage. In the past, a bride and the groom met for the first time in the church at the same time of their marriage. The betrothal ceremony among the Sriyan Christian takes place on the day after banner or formal proclamation of the intended marriage are announced by the priest in the church immediately after the Qurban or in crisis. The betrothal feast is held in the bride's house, which begins with sweets and is followed by the formal meal. The marriage service consists of two parts. The first of the betrothal and the second is of the solemnization of the marriage. The betrothal and the solemnization of the marriage are both aspects of liminality. When the bridal couple arrive at the church, two gold chains and the cloth cover as a veil of the bride. The couple started in front of the table, the bride on the right of the bridegroom. This Sriyan Christian ceremony offers from the Western Church, in which the ring are put on by the priest and not exchanged between the couples. The Sriyan Christian, after the church wedding, the couple in procession to the bride house where a pandal or shamyana is excreted. The rites after the marriage is solemnized and the procession of the business becomes bride's house are rites of the incorporation and prostiminality. The Christians have a large number of customs for their marriage. The church features providently and is the venue of the world, venue of the wedding. Marriage rites among Sikh. Mixing between the sexes is restricted among the Sikh as in other religion. Marriage is thus not a personal affair alone but forges a lasting bond between the two groups. The wife who enters into the new group must prove herself compatible. Social status and monetary transactions should always be subsidized role. Child marriage have been repudiated by Sikh. A Sikh must marry a Sikh. The Guru's teaching the best carried out in the household state. Sikh should not marry close to other family or those state caste make name is the same as the different of the different organization. A betrothal ceremony may take place before the marriage, but it is not compulsory. The wedding is both a social and religious occasions. The Sikhs should not marry close to their family, and those caste name is the same as the distance of the four grandparents. The betrothal ceremony may take place before the marriage, but it is not compulsory. The wedding is both a social and a religious occasion. The groom's party, as usually, arrives at the evening affair and the formal meeting of the two families take place. When the covering HYMM Asia Devar is sung, the groom takes his place at the foot of the Adi Granth. The bride sits to the left of the groom along with a friend. A short hymns contain interested levels of sung. They sit down and the bride's father garland the Guru Granth Sahib. When the bride's dupatta is tied to the Muslim scarf which hang from the groom's shoulder, the lavan of Guru Ram Das is turned to the verse of sung as the couple walk around the Guru Granth Sahib in the clockwise direction and groom it from front. They return to their place and the second verse is read. Marriage rites among the Korkus. Stephen Fudge tells us that Korku exercise clan and village exogamy and also kinship exogamy. This extends to all unknown kins. Marriage between cousins and cross cousin is forbidden. Most of the marriages are arranged marriage, although love marriage are not ruled out. In arranging the marriage, similar economic background and similar social level are also necessary. The wedding shed. The wedding shed is erected in the groom's village in a Monday. It is erected on Tuesday in the bride's village. The young man cut 12 celery trees. They are received by the bride or mother of the groom. She holds a tray with unboiled rice, cuckoo, and oil. She moves the plate around and puts the mixture on the forehead of the young man in a vertical line. Now, in the last, there are a few questions which are based on this session. Question number 1 is list some of the Hindu birthrights, and second is briefly describe marriage rights among the Sikhs. That's all for this session. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.